Stanley, are you going to join us? Are you going to hang out? Hi guys. Hello. You all three popped in just at once. Hi Trish, how you doing? You were just sending me a message. I didn't get a chance to read it. 11 of you. Hi guys. Hi, stepping blindly yet faithfully. Hi Tamsin. You're in bed, Trish. I know, it's kind of late for some of you guys, huh? Thank you so much for joining me. I know this is a weird time during the week, but hi Kim from Ohio. Are you freezing? I feel so bad for you. I feel so bad for you guys. It's like 52, 53 suggestions for you. We voted on the next 2 books for February, so stay tuned. I'm going to announce those at the end of the discussion. I bet it's cold, Kim. It's 9:30 for you, Tamsin. It's 6:30 for me here. 17 degrees, but it feels like 2 degrees. How do you even? I can't. I would shrivel up and die. I would totally shrivel up and die. I couldn't. So how many people, there's 13 people in here right now. How many people read An Unwanted Guest by Shari Lapena? I bet it's not easy, Trish. Trish, did you read this book? Or you're looking to read the next books? Stanley's joining us. Hi, baby. Did everybody read the book who's in the discussion right now? I listened to the audiobook, as always. Not super impressed with the narrator. Hello, Stanley. Not super impressed with the narrator. I feel like her voice was just kind of flat, like she didn't really distinguish between each of the characters, which, to be fair, hi Linda, you read the book? Awesome. Welcome. Welcome tonight. So to be fair to the narrator, she did not transform her voice and transition between each of the characters, but you guys, there were so many characters in this book, right? It would be really difficult. What was there, 12 guests? Hi Tamsin, you're here for the first time? Ah, well welcome, and you can still join in even if you did not read the book. Let us know what you think from an outsider's point of view, and at the end of the discussion tonight, I will be announcing the next 2 books that we will be reading in February. So stay tuned for that. Everyone voted, and it was a very close race. So I'm super excited to tell you guys what the next books are. Did you guys like this book? This was totally, I feel like it was totally out of kind of the genre. Trish is the first time as well. Hi, Daisy Girl. Hi. Did you read it, Daisy Girl? So we have a couple of first timers here, and I think Eric is going to join us at some point too. He didn't get a chance to read the book. I feel like this is such a different book than what we're used to. To me, it feels like, how do I say this? You read it, Daisy? Awesome. Hi, Lakeitha. Hi. First time. First time? I didn't know it was your first time. Did any of you read Girl Wash Your Face? No, I haven't, but I've heard about it. Diva and the Divine read that. Brianna from Diva and the Divine. But this to me was like such a different, I want to call it a fluff book. Oh, it's the first time you're here live. Okay, got it. Hi Kim, another first timer. Oh my gosh, you guys, welcome. Thanks so much for joining me. It did feel a little high schoolish. I want to just call it a fluff book because there was not a lot of depth to it, right? I mean, it was good. It was entertaining. To me, I was talking with Bobby earlier, and it reminded me of the game Clue. Hello, Anita J. Lovely, dear bestie. Did you read the book? Hello. I'm so happy to have you. I'm so excited to have all of you guys here. Can you believe we have been doing this book club since last April? So we're looking at 9 months. You like the ending, Daisy Girl? The ending I liked because it kind of seemed a little scattered like throughout the whole book. Hi Chris, welcome to you too. We have a lot of first timers tonight. So this is actually a good first discussion if you did not read the book, because it's probably going to be a little brief and not too in-depth, just because this book doesn't really lend itself well to a real in-depth emotional discussion. It really is like a fluff, fun book to me. But it was, I talked to Bobby about it, and it reminded us of the game of Clue. like who done it, like you have all these characters. Hi Anita, you can stay. We had all these characters, and really there's no way to have so many characters. My nails down, but I'm going back to get them on tomorrow. You read the book. Me too, Christy. Audible. I always listen because I just literally don't have time to sit down and physically read a book. Hi, Keisha. Hello, Sunshine. Thanks so much for the questions, Keisha. I'm calling Keisha my co-host because she is so... Hi, Danielle. Keisha is so... Thrillers. Hi, Rebecca. Welcome. Did you read the book, Rebecca? That girl's voice. I know it, right? I was not impressed. She was like so dull and flat, right? You didn't read the book? Well, welcome anyway. Thanks for joining us. I'm going to announce at the end of this discussion the next 2 books for February, so stay tuned. I think you guys are going to really want to jump in and read them. I'm super excited. I always get so excited at the beginning of a fresh new book, but I love every story. So even though the story was not like super inviting or suspenseful, yeah, no to the voice, right? Can you change it to a manly man's voice? No, wouldn't it be cool if we could change the voices on Audible like you can change Siri? Bye, Anita. I will talk to you tomorrow. Love you, girl. It'd be cool if we could change the voices to our own preferences, because I know that that trips up Bobby a lot too, especially with the British accents. They drive her crazy. So it would be really nice if we could switch it up. But it's so funny how much talent it takes to actually be a good narrator. It's almost as much talent as being an actor, and maybe possibly more, in my opinion, because you have to convey a lot of characters, emotions, actions just by your voice. I agree, Chris. It was just a fun book. I mean, a fluff book. It's the kind of book you read on vacation on the beach when you don't really want to think a lot about it, right? The thing that did kind of require a little more thinking on my part was just all of the characters. Hi, Daria. Welcome. Welcome. Did you guys get a little confused in the beginning when she had to go through like all the characters? You really have to introduce every single character. It was fun, but not great. I agree, Danielle. We're kind of all on the same page there. Yeah. It was, I mean, I guess it was a nice change of pace for us, because the last book was really sad, and it had a lot of depth and meaning and emotion. And then this book is just like, whoo, who done it? Right? So totally different, but kind of a little refreshing to just take an emotional pause. So, but I actually do prefer a book with a little more substance. All of the characters confuse you guys. I actually read the book, or listened to the book, another really long game of Clue. Yes, Keisha, it was a game of Clue. You wrote the names down too. I should have written the names down. But then I'm usually like walking around and working out and stuff when I listen, so yeah. But you were so confused with all the characters, Danielle. I literally listened to the book, and when I listened to it the second time, it was super easy to place everyone, and I was not confused at all. So that was good. But I mean, I literally listened to it twice. Daria, were you not safe and sound because of the cold? Daisy said she thought it was David, but Midway had a clue it was Lauren all along. I had no clue. I had no clue it was Lauren. I kind of thought it was Matthew for a while. Daria, you're on the airport shuttle. You're traveling. Are your emotions different from listening than reading the book? Yeah, Danielle, the whole book twice. Oh, welcome, Daria, to the West Coast. I hope you're going someplace warm. Yeah, Lauren did hate everyone. I think, as far as my emotions being different from reading and listening to a book, I feel like my emotions aren't necessarily different, but when I read a book as to opposed to listening a book, I creatively myself, you thought it was a fan? I thought it was Bradley until he dropped dead. Yay, Texas. So when I read a book versus listen to it, I can put more of my own emotion and my own creativity into it, and so a lot more thought process goes on, whereas it's kind of the same, I guess, as if when you read a book versus watch the movie. When you watch the movie, all of the creativity is just kind of handed to you. Yes, there is still a certain amount of interpretation that goes on when you watch a movie, but basically all of the descriptions, all of the action, everything is pretty much given to you in the context of the movie, whereas with a book, you have to use your own imagination to create a lot of that. And that's what I find when I listen to an audiobook versus read a book, is that I lose a lot of my own creativity. Keisha says, I associated the storyline with the writer Candace. I thought it was funny when they talked about Candace being a ghostwriter, considering we just read The Ghostwriter. No, I wouldn't want to watch this movie either, Daisy Girl. It's been done, right? It's been done and overdone. I mean, it was just a good little fluff thing, but yeah, I'm done with it. So at what point, so Keisha found some questions for us, and the one I want to ask first of all is, did you guess the identity of the murderer, and at what point in the story? The movie would be scary. I think the movie would be corny. You're welcome, Tamsin. I think the movie would be like borderline corny. So did you guys guess the identity of the murderer and at what point in the story? I didn't. I didn't all along. And even when they found the earring. Oh, you did, Daisy Girl, about midway? That's impressive. I think even when they found the earring, I was kind of clueless as to whose earring it was. Hey, Stacy, how you doing? Foster child issues. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people in that hotel had issues, though, because they were all a little, you know, wacky. Keisha, that is definitely a Lifetime movie. I agree. It would just be so corny. It would fit right in on Lifetime. Stacy, you're awesome despite being frozen. Good. I didn't guess at all either, Danielle. I didn't see any of the clues. And you know what? Actually, reading the book a second time, you still don't get any clues. Like listening to the book the second time, and I knew that it was Lauren, you still didn't get a lot. I wasn't like, oh yeah, I missed that. Oh yeah, I missed that. Oh, what about that? There was not a lot of clues to be offered. So I didn't see the ending coming at all, Stacy, either. I didn't. And you know what? What about the twist at the end? Because we're thinking it's Lauren, and then bam, Barbara killed her husband. You suspected her after the earring was found, Lakeitha? Yeah, Danielle, I didn't guess. I know, Beverly killed her hubs, right, Daisy Girl? Isn't that creepy? Because he was totally about to kill her, and he couldn't go through with it. He got interrupted or whatever, and she ended up killing him. That part of the story I really liked, because although I didn't see the whole thing with Lauren coming, because I didn't know, I had no idea who actually did it, so I didn't see any of it coming, but I really liked that they threw in that little bit with Barbara and Henry. Yeah, it was nice that the mean husband was killed, the one that was cheating. The author did a good job with the description of the characters. Yeah, I think the author did too. Like, I feel like we could have gotten really more in depth with the characters and they could have been developed. Bev was stronger than she even knew. He so deserved it. He was going to kill that poor older lady with the poker. I don't think her killing her husband was unrealistic. I don't either. I think that I love that part. I actually just loved the twist on that. But yeah, I think that it would have been nice to have been able to get to know the characters more, but with so many characters, I just think it was impossible. So Stacy, you guys think that Beverly killing her husband, Henry, is not unrealistic, right? Thank you, Trish. Jennifer Boland got these for me. I love these glasses so much. He did deserve him. She was overambitious with too many characters. Yeah, you can only go so far when you've got that many characters, right? You can't get like super in depth. Okay, so you guys think that it is believable and it is realistic that Beverly killed her husband Henry. That's realistic. What about Lauren killing everybody else? Is that realistic? That's a good question. Is she a new author, Keisha? Do you know? Keisha would know because she does the author research. Thank you, Keisha. You don't think it's believable, Danielle? I don't either. I think Lauren killing Danny and then killing Bradley and then killing Candace. It does sound like the Orient Express. That's what I was thinking of too when I was reading it. We would have a lot of dead husbands. Oh, she's not a new author? That's interesting. Chris, you don't think either is believable? I think the husband or the wife killing the husband. Oh, the couple next door. That's right. Oh, Agatha Christie's and then there were none. Yeah, Daria, I don't think it was realistic. I think the wife murdering the husband was more realistic than Lauren murdering all those other 3 people. Because that's just a little too much. And the fact that she got away with it for that long, right? 10 little Indians. So we all agree that this story has been done and overdone, right? So funny. I was mad at Beverly for killing her husband even though he was a jerk. What about those poor kids? Yeah. Done and overdone. Yeah. He was a jerk though. He was seeing Jilly. Like Jilly sounds like she's 12. But I don't know. It's weird that he was coherent enough when he was dying to know that he was dying and he thought that the killer had got him, but really it was the sleeping pills. She does sound like she's 12. Hi, my name is Jilly. Like, what the heck? Oh my gosh, Daria, I know. The girl, Riley, that ran out in the snow. I don't know if that was realistic or not. Lakeitha, who does that? Those poor kids. I don't know if Riley running out in the snow. I almost cried when James had to talk with the detective. I picture her with a scrunchie in her hair chomping on a piece of gum. Yep. So you guys think that Riley running out in the snow is realistic? I don't know if that's realistic or not, but you know what? It bugged the crap out of me. Like, I wanted to run after her and just beat her. Like, what was she thinking? She wasn't thinking, obviously, because she has PTSD. But, exactly, right, Daisy? I thought that was weird, too. Like, I have no experience whatsoever with PTSD. She totally lost it, Daria. I have no experience whatsoever. So I really have nothing to relate it to. I guess if she lost it, she lost it. And yeah, she definitely had mental issues. She froze. Daisy girl, she literally just froze. It was totally random. But that pissed me off so bad. If that was my friend, I would want to run after her and just shake the crap out of her. You thought you missed something, Stacy, when she ran out in the snow? No, she just freaked. She just totally freaked. I wouldn't be running outside like that either, Danielle. With no coat, no jacket in the storm. Hello. Linda says people with PTSD do strange things. See, you never know. So I guess, really, I wanted to leave her out there. No way would I run after her. They were all selfish characters. Yeah, she did freeze. They were all selfish, right? Was there really any of them that had a good heart? James, the father. Right? Bradley's father. Yeah, right, Daisy girl? James. He seemed like the only one that had a genuinely good heart. Don't say the word snow right now. Minus 40 Celsius? What the heck? It was an opportunity. So Riley running out into the snow was an opportunity to let Lauren kill. That's true. Like Lauren needed another opportunity. They were all very selfish and very self-absorbed. What about Matthew, though? Do you think he was selfish? Like his actions after he lost Danny. What was her other name? Danny? Bradley was okay. Oh, I did kind of like David. Bradley was okay, but he was a little bit arrogant, I think. He was just like a cocky young kid. I did like David, though. Did you guys like David? He seemed like a good guy. Dana, that's right. Dana. Matthew loved Dana, yeah. So I feel like Matthew was kind of okay after he lost Dana. I like the lawyer too. After he lost Dana, then he kind of went like a little, you know, where he was like fidgeting with the gun and he was itching to get out and find someone. He went a little woohoo. Yeah, he was a zombie after Dana died because he did love her. David was good, I agree. I really liked how David held it together. Like James is really genuine and a good guy and he loves his hotel, he loves his son, but hey, Eric, hello. You got to read the next book, man. You got to read it. The gun. I know, the gun was dumb. Yeah, he was scared. I was trying to imagine what Dana looked like. Why was she so mesmerizing? I feel like she looked like a Hollywood type. But man, from that kind of a bitchy background, she doesn't sound like a very fun person. She was a little wacky, but still, Matthew loved her. So, but what I was saying was that, you guys, thank you so much for bearing with me, because while I'm trying to read, yeah, Hollywood starlet types, while I'm trying to read your comments out loud and voice my out loud, were all those people in the same area together throughout the book. They were all trapped in a hotel during a snowstorm, Damson. Hey, Blue Eyes. Welcome, Blue Eyes. You can make me laugh this week because I'm not going to cough up a lung. Daisy Girl loved the fact they were okay with Matthew just sitting there twirling his gun. Oh, so what I was going to say, thank you for bearing with me when I get off track, was that I really liked the way that David kept it together. I don't know how I do it either, Chris. But I love the way that David really kept it together, and he was so... Thank you, Stacy. I am feeling so much better. But David was really authoritative, and he was very wise as far as let's not move the bodies. I feel like he was keeping an eye on everything, you know. So I really like the fact that he seems very well put together. Ooh, The Shining. You're right. That was a good one. Blue Eyes is so persuasive. Have you guys been watching the endorsements reviews? Because I can't get enough of them. I really literally just want to eat the kind of stuff that you're eating, Eric, because that's my dream world. But you felt bad for David? Yeah, being accused. Stacy, I picture the hotel like the one in The Shining. I do too. I do too. And Jack in The Shining is Lauren. I don't know about Lauren. She's weird. I don't see her as a psychopath that could kill 3 people. Only without the creepy twins. Red rum, red rum, red rum. Go watch it, Danielle. Go watch it. Red rum. You gotta see it, especially right now when all of the country is in this big deep freeze. You gotta watch The Shining. I'm totally gonna watch it this weekend now. I won't be able to sleep either. Red rum. You guys are cracking me up. Now that, okay, I read the book, The Shining, years before I watched the movie. I was a teenager, and let me tell you how bad that scared me, because there's the whole imagination thing again, and the naked lady in the bathtub freaked me the heck out. That is a really good book. That would have been, that one, sorry, but that one beats The Unwanted Guest. So that was crazy. So let's talk a little more. The lady in the tub, I know it, right? The twins and the lady in the tub. Ah, so scary. Okay, discuss the role of coincidences. You haven't watched it and you were born in the 70s. It's weird how I can read scary books but can't watch a scary movie. That's interesting. Yeah, Jack Nicholson. That's the actor. So discuss the role of coincidences. I read it when I was young along with Jaws. I read Jaws too. Jaws was really good too. Yes, Olive Oil, Daisy. Oh my gosh, she bugged the crap out of me. That's my mom's favorite book, which should tell you something. Okay, so let's talk about coincidences. How did coincidences both help and hurt the murderer? Olive Oil from Popeye. That's hilarious. So how did coincidences help Lauren? Let's think of some coincidences that we are talking about here. Coincidence number 1, was probably the fact that Candace was writing a book, and everybody assumed she was writing the book about David and Dana. Right? I don't know if that's a coincidence, or, I mean, why did everybody just assume that she was writing about them? You guys are killing me. Keisha, how do you retract those messages? That was actually weird. Coincidence that all these people ended up in the same place at the same time. Lots of possible suspects. Okay, Trish, I'll let you know about the next 2 books. Sounds good. Yeah, I don't think there was a lot of coincidences, actually. It was all pretty much masterminded. Was it a coincidence that Candace had a scarf on? Night, Trish. Was it coincidence that David had a past where he was accused of murdering his wife? Danielle, you got it. Now you guys are going to be saying all these things and retracting them. You guys are so funny. So funny. I don't know. I don't see that there were a lot of coincidences, so I thought that was a strange question. Do you think there were a lot of coincidences? I think it was all mastermind. I feel bad for Bradley. She really took advantage of opportunities. It was goofy about the note that Lauren left in the book. I don't see a lot of coincidences. Everyone was crazy. Oh, the car going off the... Okay, the car going over the cliff was a coincidence, but how did that actually really tie into the story? It didn't, other than Lauren and Ian picked up Gwen and Riley. What does that have to do with the story, right? Other guests driving by accident, coincidence. The fact that, I mean, the storm. You don't think she really masterminded it? You're right, she kind of thought about all this kind of on the fly. Everybody was going to the same place. I guess the storm was kind of a coincidence because it kind of set the stage for all of this to happen, for things to go along with Lauren's very shallow plan. David wooed Gwen. She was under his little spell. Yeah. I felt bad for Ian when they wanted to, like, attack him. Like, holy crap, who does that? Henry did that. He's like, let's kill him, right? Poor Ian. My gosh. The storm was a coincidence in the weather and how she timed the murders. Yeah, she did get pretty lucky timing the murders, because what if she wasn't up in the room when Candace was in the room at the same time? Coincidence. What if Danny or Dana had not agreed to stop at the top of the stairs and chat with her? Then how would she have killed her, right? Tamsin, I'll be dreaming about the crazy accent Jack Nicholson. Maybe they did all have seasonal disorder problems. You never know. You never know. It happens to the best of us. And PTSD and running out in the cold. It is weird that... Why would the author throw in the element of Riley running out in the cold? Because it doesn't add to the story as a whole. It's just a kind of like a frustrating little side note. Like, I literally just wanted to run after Riley and just throttle her because all this important stuff is going on and she's in the middle of her own mind going crazy. I just wanted to throttle her. The power going out was a very good coincidence, I guess, because that definitely worked to Lauren's benefit. True. Another opportunity to kill. Maybe not coincidences, but irony. Yeah, it's more irony. The power going out was a coincidence. Yeah. What do you think it takes in the mind of an author to pull together all of these coincidences to carry on this big story? I just can't even imagine. Like, when I think about sitting down and writing a book, I'm more of a chronological kind of person. Like, I could tell a story chronologically. Candace did cuss a lot. But for me to be able to pull all these different elements together, yeah, I don't know how they do it, Chris. You have to have a really good understanding of where you're going from the very beginning. Not only with any book, I mean, you would have to have a clear understanding of where you want to be at the end of the story. But with this book, you have to have a clear understanding of how all these little bits and pieces are going to tie in to where you're going with the story. That takes a lot of complication and a lot of time on your hands. The author said it was quiet as the grave was said when Riley went out. Oh, okay. Mastermind. Yeah, it takes, I can't even imagine how much thinking it takes to pull all of that together and keep track of all the details. Yeah. I mean, she probably had a lot of editors reading and rereading to make sure that everything flowed too, right? What are some of the primary motivations for the murder and how were these woven into the story? The ice house was cool. It was meant to throw the reader's mind intentionally. That could be. The ice house sounded really cool, huh? But there again, the ice house is a cool part of the story, but is it a functional part of the story? I guess it is, because they had to have something to go and look at so that Candace would be left in the hotel by herself to get killed, right? So I guess the ice house really did play an important part. The ice house was cool. It was made of ice. Thanks, Stacy. Hi, Bobby. The woodshed. What do you think about the woodshed, Daisy girl? Bobby, did you like this book? We're talking about how it's kind of shallow and yet so many things to really pull together. Eric, it's cool. They have places like that in Switzerland where you can spend the night like a hotel? No, thank you. Wouldn't that just be too cold? I need a heater. Yeah, that's what I thought you would think, Bobby. The ice house sounded cool, but honestly, the cost of something like that would be too expensive for a lodge like that. We should find one around here. Keisha, build one. Yeah, the ice bar was cool. I think it's cool the eagle or whatever that was above the bar. That was cool in my mind. That would be nice. They have one of those in Dallas? It's not cold enough in Dallas for an ice house? It must be super cool. I've heard about it. I think we have one here in Tiffin. How cool is that? There's a bar in New York City like that? Oh my gosh. That's too cool. I would drink there. I don't know how long I would last though, because I would get cold. There's an ice hotel in Quebec. Wow. So this ice house thing was maybe not so unrealistic either, although the expense of it is probably too much for this small hotel, right? Daisy, I was just kidding. The woodshed was scary to you? Isn't the woodshed where Matthew thought he saw something or heard something and he fired the gun in the woodshed? I've heard about ice hotels. I don't think I could. Why did the woodshed freak you out? It sounded creepy, right, Bobby? They started storing bodies in the ice house so they wouldn't get eaten. That was creepy. You guys are making me cold, and I am probably warmer than all of you, except maybe Bobby. They have igloo hotels. No, 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 no. Okay, Stacy, get a snack for me too. I'm hungry. So we've decided, Bobby, that Beverly murdering Henry is realistic, but Lauren murdering 3 people is unrealistic. Piling the bodies up in the ice house, that's gross, huh? I guess the ice house did play an important role, right? Yeah, so what are, let's see. Oh, we already talked about plausibility. Could you see something like this happening in real life? 7 degrees? Ew. It's 50 something here. My house had not been over 47 for 3 days. Linda. In the book, they stacked the bodies? The best part of the book was the last page? Why, Bobby? Why? Because of Beverly killing Henry? Linda, do you not have, is your heat out? Is your electricity out? You must have frost on the inside. Yeah, Bobby, that was the best, right? That was the best. Okay, so Bobby, we talked about this. I loved the part about Beverly killing Henry because it was something totally unexpected. Negative 39. So I love that part about the book, just like the maze in The Shining played a huge role. That's true. That's true. But Bobby, did you know at any point that Lauren was the murderer before they actually announced or arrested her? It's too cold for the furnace to keep up. I didn't either. So was it a surprise then, Bobby, for you to find out that it was Lauren? I like the Henry twist too. I don't know why, but I like the Henry murder better than the other 3 murders. Because Lauren being a murderer was unexpected, but Beverly killing her husband was way unexpected, you know? So I don't know. I like the Henry murder too. We're all like, yeah, kill Henry. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think the future for Gwen and David's romance is? Do you think they'll get together? Do they have a chance? That's kind of really weird circumstances to meet under. I mean, they got hot and heavy first night, so there's some chemistry. But is there a chance for them to carry on after all of this trauma? She still has to decide if she believes him. Yes, Daisy? She has to decide if she believes him about not being his wife's murderer. And I feel like she's on the fence about that. She did really like him. She thought about him a lot. She wanted to be with him, but she was also kind of nervous and worried. Both attorneys. Bobby, I think it was all lame. Bobby, this was just like a fluff, nothing fun, not think too hard kind of book. Stacy, what did you get to snack on? Inquiring minds want to know. Except the end, yeah. Do they live close? That's a good question. She did give it up pretty easy. He would move on. She wasn't worried about Riley. Gwen needs to dig a bit deeper. She does still have to grieve Riley. I wonder if there will be a second. Good Lord, I hope there's not a second book continuing this saga. No. You don't think they have a future, Daria? I think whoever said that they would be together somewhat is probably true because they have all of this in common. You got tea and a couple of cookies. Woohoo! I had cookies last night. So they have all of this in common. Yeah, really light. Just really light, fun book. No, they have all this stuff in common though, so they got to bond and work through the emotional stuff. He defends criminals. Yeah, so we won't vote for her second book about this. No, let's not. Like, I had no idea this book was going to be like this. What was the other one, The Couple Next Door? What a completely different book, right? From the same author? No second book, please, no. Speaking of tea, go grab your teamie, girl. Woo! Yeah, I'll pass on the second book. It was fun. It was a fun change of pace. And literally, I was able to read it twice because it didn't require a lot of thinking. I loved her other stories so much better. I don't know how. It's so weird that this author wrote both of those stories. That kind of boggles my mind because this one seems so amateurish, right? The Couple Next Door was so good. Yeah. Daisy. The suspense. This book felt like a publisher's deadline. That's right. Okay, you guys want to know what next month's books are? It was really close. Like, I almost got a book on Audible based on the votes that were coming in, and it's a good thing I didn't. Ghostwriter. That's old news, man. Old news, Eric. Okay, the books for next month. Ready? So it was very, very close. 2 of them tied, actually. So the first book that we're going to read is going to be The Memory Watcher by Minka Kent. And the discussion for that book will be on February 14th, which is a Thursday. Drum roll at 6:30. Okay? So the first one is The Memory Watcher by Minka Kent, and the discussion is February 14th. The second book is As Long as We Both Shall Live by Joann Chaney, and the discussion will be February 28th. I'm so excited. I can't wait. The 14th is your birthday. You're a Valentine's baby with those eyes. That does not surprise me. Happy early birthday, Eric. You have to join us with cake on your birthday. But read the book. Read The Memory Watcher by Minka Kent. Yes, Tamsin, I will put the books in the description box. V-Day Baby. I'm so excited. Can we ask how old you're going to be? Is that rude? I know it's kind of rude to ask a female, but guys are different. Guys don't care, right? He's not saying, happy early birthday. When you guys read these books, do you, as you're going along, do you think of discussion questions?